Today I would like to show you how to build a lesson plan using a Microsoft Word template and a Microsoft Word database, and that database will be employed using a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. There are placeholder fields inside the Microsoft Word document that will be linked to the Microsoft Excel document, and we'll take a look at that Microsoft Excel document to see how that works. In the Microsoft Excel document, you'll see that the very first row is highlighted in yellow. It's purely coloring, it doesn't make it special. But this row is special for the linking process with the Microsoft Word document. These titles, teacher, class, date, course, unit, these words must be these words in order to make them connect. So you'll see this essential question exactly like that. You'll see the learning goals exactly like that in the Microsoft Word document, and and that's how it makes the connection between the data elements that we have here and that document. Every other row constitutes one lesson plan, and each of the columns will correspond to this link field. So in the teacher link field of the Microsoft Word document, it will pick up R-Rhymer. In the course, it will pick up ICS4U. All of these components will be then merged. It's called a mail merge, and we'll see how that works in just a minute. Things that are important, though, is the learning goals. You want to have the learning goals that tie it back to the growing success document. Here you want your as learning, of learning, and for learning components. So you want to, in my particular case, I specify them just as AL, FL, that sort of thing as a shortcut. Previous understanding is something that you should put into the document, but I think something that's really critical for the ministry inspection is the fact that we have ties to our outline. So the ties to my outline, it's section A 1.5, section A 2.3, and C 1.2 and C 2.1 for this particular lesson. And we go through, and it changes each time as you tie it back to the lesson. I don't think you have to put in all of the contents for that. You just have to have a direct link so that you could go and say, oh yeah, well, here's where we're covering this topic. All of these fields can be changed and written as you'd like. The main body, of course, goes into the main body field, and all of the other parts, including the visible well-being, if you choose to add that to your lesson plan, and reflection for that day, and night work or independent study will go into the document at this point. So this is where all the data lives. The other thing is that you can create several tabs using this plus sign. If you double click on these, you can change the name. And what I have here is it allows me to have all of my lesson plans in one file. So I have my grade 10 technology here, and you'll note that the dates, I have double dates because I have two sections of that course. Then I have my IB1 computer science and the lesson plans for that one, and my IB2 computer science and the lesson plans for that one. So that takes care of the data side of things. What we can do now is we can go back and we can open the lesson plan template, and this is where you'll see those fields. When you do that, it's expecting that maybe there's a problem, maybe you're picking up a file that isn't a trusted file. You just click OK because it's already connected to our database, which is the Excel document. This does take a little while. I become impatient and click it a bunch of times and eventually get the beach ball. What it's doing through is going through and checking to make sure all of the fields link. And once those fields have linked, it gives you the option to pick which one of the lesson plan groups you'd like. So let's say that we pick the IB2 computer science group. And so we choose that one and we click OK. When that happens, what it will do is it brings up and creates for me a beautiful lesson plan, nicely formatted. And the reason it does that is because I've previously clicked on this thing called mailings. And if you click on mailings, it will bring up a submenu. And if I click on this preview results, it will show me my lesson plans, and I can go through and say, okay, what was the previous day's lesson plan? Oh, here's the lesson plan for that day. And what was the day before that? And you have your date nicely specified here in your course and the class, A2 period 1, who the teacher is, with a heading at the top. Okay, and it's put my name into the lesson plan. Also, I have my indicator for, of, and as learning here. I have my connections to the ministry documents. Of course, the main body is pretty much the subject matter for the lesson plan. If we turn this off, though, if you click on this little magnifying glass and you turn it off, what you get is you get to see where all of these fields are embedded. So here I've embedded the teacher field here. I've embedded the teacher field a second time there, so you can reuse those fields if you'd like, and you can just add those by clicking insert field, and it will let you insert any of the fields. But you'll notice that the words that exist here are directly corresponding to the titles that we had in the Microsoft Excel document. And that is what forms the link between the Excel database and our template. So you can see when we don't have the data actually merged, you can see where all of the link fields go. So here's the K field, here's the I field, here's the C field, here's the body, here's the resource list. Now when we click on the magnifying glass, what it allows us to do is allows us to bring in and make the connection between our lesson plans, and we can click through them. And one of the other things that's nice is that you can also produce a printed document if you'd like, or a collection of documents in a single file. So say that I want to go from my 3rd lesson plan to my 5th lesson plan. I can do that. I'm choosing those ranges, and I go to here and I say I want to edit individual documents, and what it will do is it will create 3 documents for me, 3, 4, and 5. I could also send them all to the printer, but this will let me kind of take a preview look at them, and then I can print the result that this creates. So I click on that one, and it brings up my 1st lesson plan, which is the 3rd one in my list, and then there's my 4th one, and then there's my 5th one. This one hasn't been created yet. This one hasn't been filled in. So there's my 3rd one and my 4th one, and we can see that that's basically a blank one. So here we go. So this is ready to go for up until the 19th. I'll be creating a new lesson plan for the 21st, and away we go. And if you'd like, you can actually go in and edit this file. It's an independent file now. It has nothing to do with the mail merge anymore. You could save it if you'd like. You could go in and change them, and it wouldn't change the data in your Excel document, which probably wouldn't be the best plan. But you could do that if you wanted. So we're not going to save that one. And that's pretty much it. It gives you this capacity to do the linking, makes it very easy. All you have to do is save your Excel document and then click, open your Microsoft Word template. It will make the connection, pull in all of the fields, and you can print them or preview them as you like. What's nice about having the Excel document is that you can go back easily in the Excel document and take a look at, what was it exactly that we did for the last 4, 10, or 6 days, however many it is. If you wanted to have a quiz or you wanted to have a test, you can quickly look through and read what the contents were, what you basically went over in class for those days, and it's all right there. It's also, you can go back and you could, if you're one of those kind of people that would balance your checkbook every month, you can go back and you can balance. You can say, okay, I've covered this one, and I've covered that one, I've covered the C 2.2 and the B 2.1, and eventually you'll probably knock off every single heading inside your outline, which is the plan, of course, and Bob's your uncle.